if I'm in a comms team and I want to demonstrate the value that we're delivering to the government agency, the peak body, the consultancy, I know I want to do this, I want to do measurement better, but where can I start?
Great question. I think it actually starts with the brief because the briefs generally get signed off and the objectives get aligned. So once you know what you're telling senior management that you're going to deliver, I think that's actually a really good, starting point. So making sure you're actually measuring what matters. Afterwards, when you actually get the results in, I think it's also how you present them back. If you baffle too much with numbers, I think you've got to have that lens of, okay, the so what does this mean? Why is it important? Why do I care? So I think that's a critical part of it as well. It's like how you actually, report back on how a campaign performed, went well, what could be improved for next time. Put it in
Hmm.
the business opportunities language.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. And I also love what you said around thinking about measurement way, way, way back at the start. So actually factoring into the brief, this is how we're going to measure success. So, and the other thing that stuck with me in what you're saying, Sarah, is around how to how to actually present research results,
Mm.
and what does good look like, and equally, what does bad look like in that context?
I would say it's really important to tailor whatever you present to the audience. So it might be, for example, if you're presenting to a data team, it might be really just present the numbers. So present a dashboard. So if you're talking to the real digital marketing team, that's probably what they really kind of connect with. If you're presenting back to the board, who maybe doesn't have isn't so much the detail, then it's more presenting what the objectives were and then what happened, and just put in the metrics and the data to prove it. But you can actually, how you actually present it, use descriptions, use images, use insights to support the numbers rather than just presenting the numbers. I think there's, again, no one size fits all, no one approach fits all. I think it's really like we do in communications, we put the audience first. So when we're presenting research and insights and the results and campaigns, again, start with the audience. What are their needs? How do they like to actually receive information? And then you've got a much better chance of getting your points to stick and getting the information across.
So you might actually need a few different artifacts or sections to your report.
Correct. It's like we have the executive summary versus the 60-page deck. It's like
Yeah.
it's knowing what will resonate, what will connect, and tailoring it accordingly.
The other thing that we often do in our strategy documents is include qualitative data,
Mm.
so quotes from interviews alongside the numbers, the stats. And I always like having those human insights or vignettes, because it's very difficult to argue
Yeah,
with someone's direct experience, I guess.
I think that's so important, and also it gives a better experience for the person receiving it. So you're also catering. So some people like to just look at numbers. Some people like to connect via stories. So I think having whether it's vignettes, whether it's like little vox pops, whether it's quotes, whether it's screenshots of user research, it can be anything, but kind of having that qualitative to really help tell the story, and then the quantitative is more about kind of the reliability of the numbers and the data and the integrity of the data. Then I think actually marrying those two together is ideal.